Hey champions, in today's spotlight video we're going to be talking about Olgoi-Khorkhoi. This card was created by John Rayner, JC for short, and Philip did the artwork. So looking at the artwork, I love this creature. I love the feeling of dread and terror that you have when you look at it. This thing's gonna come up and bite you, and it's absolutely terrifying. So Philip, great job with this artwork. Let's jump into breaking down this card. So it's a 7-chi summon with 4 health, swift earth attack 4, and left right forward awareness. It beckons for 15 aura, and it has counter attack 2. Counter attack, whenever Olgoi-Khorkhoi is dealt damage by a champion or summon in its awareness, it deals 2 damage to them. Now, one thing to keep in mind is the way the stack operates. Abilities go onto the stack with their criteria met, especially for trigger abilities. But when the ability goes to resolve, it checks if the source of that ability is still on the arena. So if Olgoi is killed before the counterattack resolves, then the counterattack will never go through. But the advantage here is the fact that the Olgoi's awareness is so it encompasses so many spaces that being able to sneak up on it and not get hit by the counterattack is really challenging compared to something like the Enraged Gorilla, which we talked about before, where if you come and attack that from the side, it's not going to do its counterattack at all. Here, if you try to attack from the side or from the front, it's going to get off its counterattack. However, with only having 4 health, it's a lot easier for your opponent to go and finish it off in one big move. So where I see this card having a lot of value add is in a Thymos Chaos deck where you're able to heal a summon with something like Breath of Jalar or Rejuvenating Springs, where it can happen at swift speed and your opponent isn't expecting it. So you have the summon out and your opponent goes to do the attack thinking that they're going to kill it without the counterattack going through. In response, you then heal the Olgoi, bringing it up a little bit more so the counterattack's on this is on the stack and stays on the stack. But then you also can combo it up with the earth attack, being able to hit your opponent for 6 in response to their attack. The other place where I really love this card is when you're playing limited. If you're doing a booster draft or a sealed, because your opponent's having access to cards that easily deal 4 damage is a lot more difficult in a sealed format. So I know the place where I dreaded this the most was when I was in a booster draft and my opponent had a bunch of these. I was able to get 2 or 3 of them and had one of them on the board. And my only way of defeating it was to hit it for 2 with my built-in attack and then use 2 left hooks. And that meant that the counterattack was going to be hitting me for at least 4 if I didn't plan it out right. And if my opponent had any way of healing it, I would have got hit for a lot more. So I ended up taking, luckily I only got hit for 4 on the counterattack, 4 from the other attack. I got hit for 8 before being able to finish off the summon. It was a beast to deal with. So Olgoi, definitely a really fun card, definitely going to have a lot of value in casual and in multiplayer. It's a little bit harder to swing the card in competitive, but if you're playing a 2v2 match, I think this card can do very well. Alright, that's it for today. Have a wonderful day and happy Halloween. Bye. The 2021 championship is coming up soon. It will be hosted on November 20th in Toronto, Ontario. If you are interested in competing, seats are limited, so sign up as soon as possible. To learn more, go to www.genesisboc.com/championship. Let's get back to the video. I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all our Patreon supporters. You have helped us so much during the hard times of COVID, and we are extremely grateful. As things begin to get better, I look forward to finding a time to meet you all in person one day, hopefully at a Genesis Championship. Thank you for being so awesome.